What's up, guys? It's your boy Typher coming at you guys with a brand new video today. And before we start this video, I actually need to put my phone on silent because this is going to be a long video. Today, I actually want to do something new. Like I've been saying, my most recent videos, I'm trying to do something new. This time, I'm going to actually branch out a little bit more and start telling you guys, do face-to-face videos, face cam videos, and tell you guys a little bit about my life. If I'm going to do this YouTube thing, I guess I should share stories about my life and what's going on with me. I guess that's a better thing to do. It's a lot more fun that way, and it gets you guys interacted with me and lets you guys know me a little bit better. Today, we're actually going to talk about my athletic life and what I could have actually done if I would have kept going in sports. Now, before I start this, the reason I'm not doing anything for sports in college is because of a very bad ankle injury, and I will get into that once we get to that part. So today, we're going to do this in a story where we're going to start from the very beginning of how I got into sports and why I really loved it. So first off on the list, when I was a little kid, I was told that I used to like to run through the house all day long. Phew, 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 back and forth, nonstop. I would run into the wall, get up, and phew, phew, just keep going. And I guess that's when I realized my love for running. Like, I will run all day, nonstop. That's how I got my energy out. Now, my parents did sports too. And I also want to tell you guys about that because both of my parents could have went far in sport, but they stopped because of injuries. And the same thing happened to me. And this is kind of a coincidence, and I guess it was kind of meant to happen. I don't know why. It's just something that got jinxed. So my father would have went to college and maybe to the MLB. But I can't remember what was wrong. I think he tore something in his elbow or something in his knee during a pitch. And it had messed with him ever since, and he could not do anything for baseball. He was also really good in football. And then my mom, on the other hand, my mom did so much. She cheerleaded, she ran track, she was the flag girl, she played basketball. My mom was really, really into sports, and that's what really grew on me because I used to look at all her pictures, and I was like, wow, the things my mom did. It was crazy because she also was supposed to go far in track and maybe even in basketball. But she tore something in her knee that still bothered her till this day playing basketball. Kind of scared because that is my condition as well. I can't really do anything. I can still play sports like I really want to, but I can't push it to a certain limit. Now, I got into football back when I say around 6, 7 years old, and my cousin had a football. And it was just laying around the house one day. So what I would do is I'd take the football, go outside, and I'll throw it across the roof. Clean across the roof. And I'll go run to the other side and go get it. And throw it right back over, clean across the roof. And my cousin seen me do it one day. He was like, yo, little man, you got an arm. So he was like, I'm going to train you to be a quarterback. I mean, I really didn't like it too much, but it made me really, really want to play football even more. So what we would do, we would actually go through drills. We took a tire, and he would put it up on, he'll set a tire up on some buckets, and he'll have me throw it through the hole. And I would, to this day, I still have this arm. I still have this precision, and it's crazy. But thanks to him, I could have been a quarterback, but that wasn't really my thing. He'll have me run around the tree doing certain drills and stuff. And when we go outside and we play catch, I'll take the ball, and I'll tell somebody to go. And they'd be like, this is far enough. And I'm like, no, just keep going. And I'll just chuck the football all the way down the street. I wanted to always play Pop Warner football, but my mom would never sign me up for it. I don't know. She just didn't want me doing it. But when she seen me get in middle school and seen me actually play football, it changed her mind. She loved when I played football. I mean, my mom was at almost just every game. She would take off just to go to all my games. So when it came to middle school, 6th grade year, I went to Northside Middle School. 6th grade, we did not have a football team. I stayed in Virginia. I stayed in the 7 cities. I went to middle school in Norfolk. And around that time, we did not have football teams for middle school back in Norfolk. I think Portsmouth and everybody else had it. So back in 6th grade, I couldn't play football, so I ran track. And oh my God, when I fell in love with track on my first day, it was something I really, really, really loved doing, and I did it consistently. And I tell people this to this day. I kind of screwed up in high school, but I've been running for my whole life, and it's just something I can't give up. Like, if I could go now, I would go run on the track, but I can't find me a good track to run on this very moment. But I fell in love with track. My 6th grade year, I even got trophies I will show you guys at the end of this video. But my 6th grade year, I came out not knowing anything about track, just knowing that I used to love running. So we didn't have a track. We didn't have a track to run on at the very moment. At the school, we actually had to go to Northview High School to run all our track meets. But we would run out in the field, and my coach would make up, oh, this is 100 meters, this is 200 meters, this is a mile. But in all reality, he actually didn't have the actual measurements. He had what we ran off of what he thought it was, and actually, in all actuality, what we ran was actually more than our events, which actually pushed us a little bit more. That's why I got really, really good in the 200 and the 100, and the relays for me was just, it was my thing. I did relays every year. So 6th grade year, he really seen my potential, and he said, hey, I really want you to come out for track next year. And I said, I already planned on doing that. And this is my favorite coach of all time. I can't remember his name, and I feel really bad for that, but this is my favorite coach. And anybody that went to middle school and ran track with me know who I'm talking about. This was the best coach in the world. But on to 7th grade year, I ran track again. Track was during the winter at first, and it was outdoor track. My 7th grade year, we moved track to spring season because we had implemented football. So 7th grade year, I went to go try out for football, and I did not make it because I was trying to be a quarterback, but I could not remember plays. Remembering all the plays and everything was not my thing. Trying to remember what everybody did and certain things I just couldn't comprehend, and quarterback was not for me, so I did not make the team. So 7th grade year came with track. It was during spring season. Everybody was getting adjusted because last year we ran all in the winter, and we're getting adjusted. And I really loved it during the spring too. It was really better during the spring, and my coach just seen how good of a runner I was, and he hands down said I was the best sprinter at that school. I pushed myself. I took it seriously. I came on days that coach said we really didn't even have to come to practice, and I was there with a few other people. And he seen that I was really determined to do this. That year, I got best sprinter. I got a few medals, and I forgot to tell you guys about soccer. So soccer was right after football. It was the end of the winter season going into spring. So when I played soccer, it was my first time ever playing soccer. And the reason I played soccer is because during my 6th grade year, we was running track. And a note that I said that track was during the winter season, so we also got to see the soccer players play. And I was like, wow, I really never paid attention to soccer. So I'm watching them practice one day after we're finished practicing, and I really got into it. So 7th grade year came around, and since I did not make the football team, I decided to go play soccer. So I'm getting used to it, and wow, soccer, that was another one of my favorite sports. So those are the 3 sports I played throughout middle school and high school: track, football, and soccer. And I have medals, I have all my cleats, I have everything still locked up in my closet, and it's just stuff like that amazes me and what I could have done. Now on to 8th grade year. 8th grade year, I played football, and I actually made it this year because I decided to go out for a running back. I mean, I was kind of small, I didn't have too much weight to me, but I was actually very strong and very fast. So the coaches that we actually had my 8th grade year playing football were 2 of the former players that played at Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia. They actually came down and they coached our football team, and they seen how much potential I had, and they started me at running back. I also started at cornerback. That's when I learned how to play cornerback as well, and I was really good at that. I was getting picks. This is when I really found out what I want to do. So football went all good for me. We really didn't do that good that season, but it was still a very good experience for me, and it made me really want to play football even more. So we're getting down to the track season. I mean, not the track season. We're getting down to the soccer season because it's right after football. So we played that year, and we actually won all city that year. Our team that year was amazing. Like, everybody contributed in every way. And that was one of my funnest seasons playing soccer, is my 8th grade year. And I will never forget that because I still have the trophy to this day that says all state champions. We also signed a soccer ball that I wish that I can go back to Northside and see if it's still there, because that is a memory like crazy. I wish I could have taken a picture of that, but the entire soccer team signed the soccer ball, and we put it in a trophy case along with the trophy. So we're coming on to the ninth grade year. I went to Granby High School and I played football. I played football for them. That didn't really go too well because I was so used to just going on practice, knowing what I'm gonna do, and not having any profanity thrown at me. So, and I was kind of a quiet child. I didn't like to be yelled at. I didn't like to be cussed at. And during football season, I didn't realize that's what they did in high school. And I mean, things didn't go too well. The coaches were BSing me and all this, but the head coach was a different story because from eighth grade year, after we did football during the summer, they took us to the high school to do the little freshman training and getting to know what to do and seeing and having the coaches see who they actually want to pick to actually play for their freshmen. And I was one of the players, and the head coach seen my potential. And he told me to come back because there was actually cuts on the football team if you did not meet the standards. That season didn't go too well because I couldn't take the cuss, and the coaches would cuss at you and this, and that. And I wasn't getting any playtime for real. And it was just like the coaches would put in people that was not really doing what they were supposed to be doing. And I was taking everything in and doing everything I was supposed to do. So I had quit. And I thought that was it for me doing football. I had quit. I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to play for Granby the way the coaches did. But the head coach had begged me to come back, but I could not play because I was going to move. Found out till later that year, though, that I was going to move. After ninth grade finished, I kind of brushed it off, and I was like, man, I need to man up if I really want to do this sports stuff. So we come around, it's the end of the year, and we have to move. So we moved to Georgia. We moved to Grovetown, Georgia, and I played football there. And my mom was the one that made me play football. I didn't know if I was going to play football, sure, but I really wanted to, but I didn't know how it was going to go. But my mom took it upon herself because during my eighth grade year, she seen that I really, really could play football, and she was mad that I didn't play during my ninth grade year. So when we moved, she talked to the coach herself before I can talk to him. I went to the summer training, and the coach seen how good I was. Like I really pushed myself. Like when my mom had put word in for me of how good of a football player I was, and that she really wanted me to do this. I took it seriously then. I knew it was not a joke. So I did this for her, and I pushed myself and I pushed myself. I went hard in practice. The coaches was watching me like crazy. I mean, they kept their eye on me, and they actually had me do some stuff with varsity. They had me do the scrimmages with varsity. So the first couple games come around, I played the first 2 games. And that's when I really, and I mean really showed out. Because during practice, they figured out that they wanted me to start before the season started. So we played our first JV game. And I remember this to this day. We played Greenbrier. Greenbrier was our rival team. And that game, I went off. Like, I was running people over. And I was taking the ball down the sideline. I was just going. And the coaches seen that. So by like the 3rd or 4th game, my varsity coach, the head coach, pulled me to the side. He was like, hey, Ty. See, everybody called me Ty. No one called me Taquan. Everybody called me Ty. He was like, hey, Ty, I seen how good you've been doing this season, and you're really amazing me because everything we give you, you take it and you just run with it, and you're a quick learner, and your speed and strength is amazing. He said, after today, when you come to practice, go straight to varsity. I said, excuse me? He said, yeah. Right after practice, he said after today, when you come to practice tomorrow, come straight to varsity. And ever since then, I was playing varsity. I was getting in games that I was doing this and that. I didn't play my first varsity game until almost the end of the season, and I showed out that game as well. I did not run track that season. I did not run track that year, but I also did play soccer. Soccer came around after football season. Again, it was during the fall because I believe they had split up. Yeah, they had split up the boys and the girls. They had the boys during the fall, and they had the girls during the spring. And when we did that, I played my 10th grade year, and we did pretty good that year. I had got more into soccer actually that year as well. See, I wasn't the best in soccer. I was still learning, but soccer was really my thing. That year was a good year for me too. That year is when I actually seen myself moving up. Because soccer, like I said, I really wasn't that good in soccer, but I showed out. My speed showed, my strength showed. I didn't have that much control with the ball, but I was learning, and my shot, I had a good shot and everything. And the coach that I had that year, because my junior year we had a different coach. The coach we had that year saw my potential and seen that I had speed and that I had the potential to actually be a really good soccer player, and he wanted to work with me. Both his sons actually played soccer. One was a goalie, and I believe the other was a defensive player. And we got towards about the middle of the season, he was watching me as well. He said, you know what? I'm going to start pulling you for varsity games. So after every JV game, depending on how well you did, he'll come up to you and be like, hey, if you're free, do you want to come play the varsity game? I'm going to make sure you have some playtime. And every time he asked me and like 3 other people after every game. I kid you not. He always asked. I played JV and varsity from the middle of the season to the end of the season. And I got playtime every varsity game. And I was playing JV games. And, during soccer season, you have like maybe 20 games. So I was playing like maybe the 12 that we have for JV and still the other 10 to 12 that we have for varsity. So I was constantly playing soccer, and that became my thing as well. 11th grade come around, and that's when everything just went to complete shit for me. 11th grade year come around, and I'm going back to play football. Summer, I'm going off. We got a new offense. I'm taking notes. Like, I was taking this seriously. I still have this football. I still have my old notes. I still have my notebook with all my football stuff in it. And I was taking this seriously. I was writing down plays as we went over. I was taking down notes when we spectated other teams. The week of a game, I took it so seriously. And as we got the new formation, I was getting ready to start for the rest of the season. The way the formation was, the coach wanted me to start at a certain position. And I remember this like it was yesterday. One day we was at practice and we were short some people, and we was doing we was going through some defensive plays, and they didn't have a running back or somebody that could actually play running back that know what they're doing. So I was like, Coach, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm tired of standing here looking bored. I said, can I go in? He was like, all right, you can go in. And he yelled. He said, all right, guys, take it easy on Ty. We got to have him to start this week. So I said, okay, we're going to be fine. So I take it slow. And it's getting to about the end of practice. We hit about the 30-45 minute mark between that time. And I go to do one more play because I believe this is my last play before the coach took me out to take a rest and get a breather. So then I go to do the play. And as I go through the hole, there's a clear hole. As I go through the hole, my blocker pushes this guy named Bryce. He pushes the guy named Bryce on top of me. And as he pancaked him on top of me, my ankle went in. And as my ankle went in, I heard a loud pop. And I don't remember for sure if I was the only one that heard this, but I heard a loud pop. And as I heard that loud pop, I could not get up. I felt my whole entire leg get on fire. So as I realized that my ankle just popped, I get up and I cannot walk. My ankle is instantly swollen. So I'm limping to the sideline, and they asked me what was wrong. I said, my ankle just popped. I need to go see Miss Jessica. So I go see Miss Jessica, which is our trainer, and she looks at my legs. She said, oh, this is bad. We're going to have to take you out, and I don't know how long you're going to be out. So as I get out, and it's just not getting any better. She didn't give me crutches or anything, but it did not get any better. I didn't get sent to the hospital until my mom took me. And once my mom took me, we found out that I had 3 torn ligaments in my ankle. So they had sent me to physical therapy. They sent me to physical therapy. I was in there for a total of almost 8 months. No, I was in there from end of September to about May. No, not May. I didn't get out of physical therapy till about June. It was almost the end. It was June or July. It was almost the end of summer practice. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. About 8-9 months I was in physical therapy. I was not released to do any physical activity. I was out of PE for the whole freaking year. It was ridiculous. I couldn't do anything in PE. I was not cleared to do anything until soccer season came around. And this is when they changed soccer season to spring. So when they changed soccer season to spring, boys and the girls practice together. We practice on the same field. Sometimes we have to split the field, or we go to the practice field and they go to the football field, and then we'll switch day after day. So I was clear around that time to go play football. And as I was clear, she said, the only thing you can do right now is soccer. And I said, why can't I play football? It's almost time for spring. It's almost time for summer and spring. No, it's almost time for spring training. it's going to come up while I'm playing soccer. She said, I don't want you doing that because that's the reason you messed up your ankle, and that's too many twists and turns, and I'm scared you're going to mess up even more. I said, so okay, I played soccer. We did good that year. I had fun, and I still had problems with my ankle, but I had to wear an ankle brace, and then I had to wear this ankle supporter that I got with my. Also had to wear this ankle supporter that I got with my shin guards that I had bought and my new cleats, and I used that to replace my ankle brace, and that worked a lot better for me. So I'm getting better. It's still swelling up from time to time, and sometimes I had to sit out from playing a game just for a little while for my ankle to get back right. But I still was not cleared to play football. So June, July come around, and I finally get cleared to play football. So I go. This is my senior year. I was getting ready to get scouted. I was getting my name out there. I was also posting my highlights everywhere. And it's my 12th grade year, and I'm like, okay, this is my year. I'm back. I can finally play football at full potential now. And my football coach tells me, no, you cannot play because you have not come to any of the summer or spring practices. I'm sorry. So that was my 12th grade year gone right there. So then again, I moved. I moved once again. I moved actually because my stepdad was in the Army. So we moved from Virginia to Georgia. We moved from Virginia the end of my 9th grade year. We was in Georgia from my 10th grade year to my 11th grade year to about the middle of the first semester of my 12th grade year. So football season is still going on, and we moved. We moved to North Carolina. And I went to 2 schools when I moved here in my senior year. That's ridiculous. So I went to a total of 3 schools in my senior year. So we get to North Carolina, and I go to this school called Western Harnett. So when I get to the school, note that I used to lift weights, and I was serious about this. I was really serious, and I got weightlifting when I got here. And once I took the weightlifting class, the head coach for the football team was my weightlifting coach, and he's seen how much I can lift, how much I took it seriously. And then when it came to time to going in the gym and playing football, throwing the football, or just running or doing anything, when it came to physical activity, he's seen how serious I was about it, how much I loved it. So he asked me, he said, "Hey Ty," he said, "I know you're not a senior, are you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Damn it, I wish you was not a senior." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because I really wanted you to play football." He said, "I haven't had a guy like you in a while." He said, "You're small, you're fast, you're strong. It's ridiculous." He said, "So why aren't you playing football?" I said, "Well, I had a very bad ankle injury, and I could not play football until about mid-summer, and my coach denied me of playing." And he said, "Well, if you would have came here in the beginning of the semester, I would have let you play, and you would have started." That's crazy when someone can see the potential you have, and you don't even have to play. So after the football season is over, outdoor track is getting ready to start. So I ran track there, and that track coach is well seen. Oh my God, that track coach loved me. He was so pissed at me when I went to the other school after that semester was over, because I couldn't go to the school I was originally supposed to go to because the school was overcapacitated. So they told me I had to wait till next semester to come, so I had to stay at Western Harnett until that semester was over. So I ran outdoor track there. I didn't get to finish the entire thing because it ran over into the next semester. The coach there just, oh my God, he pushed me like there was no tomorrow. I've never been pushed so hard and had another coach realize how good I was. He reminded me of my middle school coach, of how hard he pushed me and how much he wanted me to run. This coach put me in some of everything. He pushed me to my limits. He knew I ran the 100 to 200 and I was in the relays. He knew that for a fact. But he also made me run the 400, and he also put me in long jump. I kind of asked to be in long jump because he had made me be a replacement one day. I'm going to get into that. He made me be a replacement, and I fell in love with long jump. But he also made me run the 400. This coach pushed me like crazy. So also, and that's how I know the coach really loved me, because when it got to a certain point in the season, we went to this place. I cannot remember the name of the place, but it was this big track. It was this big track meet from people. It was with people all around North Carolina, and I think it was up in Chapel Hill. It had to be up in Chapel Hill. I can't remember the name of the place. But we went up there and he had me replace somebody. He said, I'm going to bring you just in case I need to replace somebody. And thank the Lord that I actually had to replace somebody, because this really did justice for me. We got on the bus. He said, Ty, I'm going to need you to replace such and such for long jump. I said, I never done long jump. He said, well, you're going to learn today. I said, oh gosh, here we go, put me in stuff again. So he put me in a long jump, and oh my God. This makes me so happy, but also makes me want to cry, because this was my first time ever doing long jump. First time ever doing long jump. And I almost went to finals. I almost went to finals on my first time doing long jump. I scratched on my very first one, but my next two, the guy that was taking out the times walked over to my coach. He said, hey, he called me by the other guy's name because I was just substituting. He said, hey, such and such might go to the final depending on this next guy's jump. Do you know how big my eyes got? My eyes are naturally low. My eyes literally was about to pop out my head. So ever since then, I got into long jump, and I was doing it. I did it when I got to the other school, and I was doing it for the rest of the season while I was at Western Harnett. So I ended up moving to the other school after the semester, and I ran outdoor track. And I was pushed hard doing that too, because I was running with people that I actually could not beat. Overhills had some nasty runners. Some nasty runners. And I did not know how good they were at running, because when I went to Western Harnett, we did not run against them. It was not in our county. They do it by counties here, like how they do it by cities and anywhere else. But I never seen them run, so I didn't know what I was up against. So I was pushed hard doing that as well. But if I would have never had that ankle injury, guys, I think I would actually be doing something with my life sports-wise, whether it be football or soccer. I mean, not soccer. If it was football or track. And I really wish that I could do something. And I'm really going to try. I'm going to try to get back right. I don't want to have surgery on my ankle, so I'm just going to have to deal with it the way it is. But I'm going to either try and do track and probably do some races around here that they have, or try and get into semi-pro football. But first, I have to get back into weightlifting. So I'm going to do all that. I want to try and take that seriously, because sports is my life. This is what I really like to do. I like to talk. I like to talk about my life. I like to give people stuff they don't know about me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I hit the 30-minute mark, and I did not realize I was talking for that long. But if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. And also, drop a sub. My name is Typher, and I hope you guys have a good day. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.